my god, sigighang akong... Oh my god, sigighang akong... Balaw na eh.
Butang, what's okay?
Ah, my ears! Oh my god. Pinan, volume. Sound effects. Auto forward. Full screen. Oh shit. Excuse me.
Double click mo tayo. Ito, next benta ka. Double click.
Can I see? Huh? Whoa, wait. Okay. Ano. Sige siya ka black screen basta dili full screen. Window. No, they'll see my mume background.
Ito, hindi na po yun. Masang ba yung makikita yung hasik ka ba?
Kiss my...
Pipihan ka. Siguro yun naman.
Okay. You can still hear my background.
Tikis. Terus muncul itu sumpah.
Saan mo gani? Maka-copyright nga ni ko ni yawa. Sama ni akong oops. Abala na eh. I don't care. Pag i-update ang wallpaper engine. Oh my god.
Mo din ko may prediction. Nagrahan ka na kuan ko nag-wind ranger. Oh, dong lagi. Dito, ano ba? Hindi ko master rin na hero.
Updating version, you what?
Spike planted.
Ano mo tara. Din na mo ganay mo kono. Ko na sa base. Kayo sa base pero
Player standing.
ano sige jud. May katrabo mo.
What the Sigma? Tung.
Ah, di ka na kaon.
Tung.
Paano?
Okay.
Ibang.
Save, return,
Baka nili ko.
start. The night sky was dark. A few stars twinkled up above, just tiny
Mana AFK atong kiri.
pinpricks, like split granules of sugar. The stars looked so small and far away, it tugged at something within the young woman's heart. Was this the same sky her family could see? Were these stars the same stars? Was the moon the same moon? Here, catch!
Ano na eh.
Nadugog akong tingog. She didn't know. She hadn't seen her family in so long. In so long. Give me those back! But she couldn't think about that now. If she did. Sure. Excuse me.
Isit lamig. Patay.
Okay. But she couldn't think about that now. If she did, she sure she would cry and she didn't want to do that. She refused. She'd always been stubborn. That was how she ended up in this mess. The girl had been riding in the back of a horse-drawn cab for upwards of 14 hours, which... Wait, excuse me. Damn, bitch. So loud. From 7 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. Now I can't hear it. I'm sorry. Okay. Her legs, which had been cramped up in a space far too small for them for far too long, hurt. Even as she stood there, doing nothing more strenuous than reading, than simply existing, her body trembled. It felt like a mischievous imp was inserting needles into the back of her legs. She could hear, in the distance, the sound of horses' hooves striking against the ground. The carriage was lurching away beneath the cover of the night. There was nowhere I hate reading. There was nowhere else for her to go, nowhere for her to run, as all she could do was stare at the wrought iron gates, whatever, before her and the large imposing house beyond. Bly. What the fuck? It was worlds apart from the girl's home in Liverpool, which she had shared for many years with her mother and 2 sisters, 3 sisters now, given the recent birth of her youngest, Alice. Little Alice Little. But she would never be able to see Alice grow up. She swallowed, her throat convulsed. So this is to be her new place of residence, but not her home. She could never call it her home. There was something horribly austere. Fuck this game. Sorry, joke lang. Austere about the place, not helped by the sinister shadows that enveloped everything. The trees in the vast, expansive garden were tall and skinny, just like me. They stood sentinel, their boughs waving in the breeze, whatever that is. Almost like ghosts. Skeletal soldiers. Bly, with its tumbling walls, darkened windows, seemed like the kind of place that would have a ghost story or two. It had existed long enough, built in the early part of the 17th century. No! Buang nis kuya! Yawa na skip ang dialogue. Balik ang ano lang. How many ghosts lurked in those walls, within those walls? Soon she would find out. Her carpet bag was balanced in the crook of her arm. It was small and sorry for screaming. It was small and had a dent in the side, impossible to remove, she knew, because she had tried. All her worldly belongings were stowed inside that single bag. A few sets of clothes, a hairbrush, an old battered volume of Robinson Crusoe. That was all. There were no toiletries, no jewelry, not even a second pair of shoes. She couldn't afford such luxuries. She was only a maid at Bly, working in the service of the Leonard family. She'd never met the Leonard family before, but the Pickerings' housekeeper, Miss Mary Ann, had told her they were not so very bad. Okay? There was the mistress. Oh, fuck that name. Lady Leonard, the husband, Lord Albert Leonard, who was often away on business trips. And then there was their sole daughter and their heir, and heir to the family fortune, Lady Constance Leonard. Why am I looking up? Hi. She could not handle that much, could she? She hoped so. She had to. She didn't have a choice. She drew in a deep breath. The cold air tugged at her hair and her skirts. Her fingers trembled. They were starting to turn blue. Okay? Tayo na tagbalik sa kuan. Other voice channel na naan sila.
Kapo ako.
Ako. Maybe if I lower na ang volume ninyo.
Ay, mira na. Madalis kang viewer mo na yun.
Yeah, okay. The wind seemed to suck the air out of her lungs. It felt like a cold hand was pressing against her larynx. She choked on her own breath. Shut the fuck up. Her eyes stung. But she wouldn't cry. She'd already told herself she wouldn't. Instead, trying to gather what little scraps of self-confidence she still possessed. Holy! You can't do this! Hi, ako si Lorena. Ano yung tingog kay Kuan? You can do this. There's no turning back now. Lorena Waugh, only 17 years of age, clutched her bag to her chest and straightened her back. She wasn't one to back down from a challenge. Just how bad could Bly possibly be? Holy knockers! Do 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 do. Once more through the delicate sands, our stems overlap spiraling, bun-jutting petals and bend. Oh, Blackberry honey, your strap sails are fade. Deep in your purity, our love germinates. Tauhua. Lilies fill my soul up with tender light. My tits are so huge. Moonbeams so high, am noble color in my sky. Forget me not, oh sweet starlight. Constance. What the fuck, child? Emily and Theodora. Past the gardens deep and the foxgloves reed, till the hidden lots lotus you reach. Throughout afternoons of bright twilight, or cadence, jasmines embracing light, the essence, nectar weaving our soul. Oh, damn! Spoilers. Once more to the echoing songs, my tits are so huge. Holy shit, I'm kissing another girl. Oh, Blackberry honey, are your strands of pure gold? Make stories sweeter thousandfold. It's not done yet. We behold. The 16th of March, Wednesday. Oh. Ah! When Lorena Waugh opened her eyes, she was met with this same dismal sight that had greeted her every morning for the last 4 months. A gray ceiling, peppered here and there with ominous cracks, heralding the inevitable day when it would one day collapse under its own weight. Oh my god! For the time being, however, this was where Lorena was to sleep. Her very own bedroom in Bly. Not that it was her bedroom, of course. It was small, tightly packed attic she shared with five of her fellow maids: Isabel, Polly, Ada, Effie, and the Swiss-born Lieselot. Lies Lieselolet. Lieslot. Lieslot. The other maids were arising, stretching and yawning, complaining. Jawa! Isabel and Pauline were the worst of it. They always complained. Lorena supposed it was very... Huh? Lorena supposed it was very English, in a way, but she rather wished they wouldn't. Mushang si Crony. Okay. Koan. I'm Pauline and I'm edgy. Ugh, my head feels so thick. Must be me. Hi, I'm Isabel, and I sound like this. Must mean there's rain coming. It always bloody rains around here. Wouldn't be England without it. Okay, Effie. I like the rain. Good day, Effie. Good morning, Rita. Holy, my tits are so huge. Oh, Lorena stretched and sat up in bed, the thin sheets pulled about her body. The sheets were strained and rarely offered any warmth. Not even in the spring. Still, Lorena supposed it was better than nothing. Look on the bright side. That was what her mother would say. There's always a silver lining. Said silver lining being Lorena's fellow maid Ada. Ada was rather young, only a year or so older than Lorena, and the two maids had formed something of an alliance. They were both the oldest sisters in large families. They both worked in order to support their siblings. The only difference was Ada had 3 younger brothers. Lorena had 3 sisters. Good morning, Ada. Good? Sorry. Good? What's so good about it exactly? It was just a figure of speech. I don't fucking care what it is. It's blinking ridiculous. Here. Does anybody want to wake up at 5 o'clock? Sige, tingog ni Effie. Maybe masochists. If it's a bloody masochist working here, my fingers are shot. It means they're shaky. I'll never be able to light fires like this. Don't talk about fires. I'm frigid. Last night was so cold. Ugh. Who the fuck? You think it was that cold? It was nothing compared to the winter Saturday. In case you hadn't realized, Lancelot, you're not in Switzerland anymore. I missed it. Hi, Melon. Hi, Melon. The sun is rising over the Alps. It's truly a sight to behold. I wish you could all see it. That sounds rather lovely. They say there in the Alps it's very good for circulation. I'm sure it would do you wonders. Do you really think so? Yes, I know so. Virtually there are no Alps to behold here. Get your head out of the clouds, Lottie, or I'll shove it up an open chimney. Witty was the last word Lorena would have used in a conjunction with Isabel, but she decided to keep that to herself. With a small yawn, the young maid stretched her arms about her head. Hi! Di ba kasi Donnie? Wing Wing! Hi, Wing Wing! 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 She was unsure what time it was. Exactly, I can't see, but it must have been around 5 o'clock in the morning. Morning came for the servants of Bly several hours earlier than Wing 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 earlier than they did for Lady Leonard and her privileged offspring, Lady Constance. The servants had to wake up at unforgiving hours before even the sun had started to rise. It was their lot in life to scuttle about soundlessly, creeping through the shadowy hallways, opening the shutters, polishing the fireplaces, dusting the mantelpieces, and so on and so forth. It never ended. From 5 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night, the maids of Bly were fully occupied with their work. There wasn't a single moment where they could sit down and rest. Maybe that was why Isabel and Pauline, who had been maids for longer than the others, were so snappish and irritable. It didn't help that the head butler, Grant Lester, was such a stickler for the rules. He was incredibly strict, perhaps more so than Lady Leonard herself. Hey, Lorena! Pauline, who was already dressed, gave Lorena a disparaging look. Where are you planning to get dressed on something? Oh, you're gonna sit there. Oh, Lorena scrambled to her feet, throwing the covers to one side. She had been so immersed in her idle fancies. She had quite forgotten. Pauline sniggered. So did Isabel. I'm sorry. I'm getting ready right away. Don't apologize to us. Better apologize to Mr. Lester when you're late coming downstairs. Again. I'm getting dressed right now. I am. Do you want us to apply? Yeah, wait for you know. Let's go. We'll all be old women by di pa ako? Let's go. We'll all be old women by the time she's finished. But that includes you too, Ada. Well, alright. Sorry, Lorena. Don't apologize, there, stupid. You get scolded, she deserves it. On her own head, On her own head, be it. I understand. I'm sorry. And you too, Lottie. Hey, you too, Lottie. Are you coming? Or is it to give us one? Lacelot gave Lorena an apologetic smile. Her. See you again later. Lorena, you're able to get me confident that she can house. Oh, I will. Not that Lorena knew about what the Alps looked like. She didn't know very much, really. She never had cause to travel beyond the borders of her home country. Being a maid, she'd probably never get the chance. Her future was already set in stone. Later that morning. Is this the one you wanted? Lady Constance made a show pondering, index finger tapping against her lower lip before she shook her head. No, that is obviously not good enough. The leaves have been eaten by caterpillars. Look! I'm gonna kill myself. I can't see anything wrong with it myself. Then you are blind. Or perhaps you're just being a little madame. Lorena muttered modestly under her breath. She knew she wasn't supposed to speak ill of her social betters, though Lady Constance had been one of Lorena's younger sisters. Lorena would have lost her temper already. Well, if you don't like it, I can always look for another. See to it that you do. Oh my god. I cannot stand having a display of feathered roses in my bedroom. I bet you could. What was that? Oh, nothing. I was just talking to myself. Well, Tom, Mother says it's a sign of madness. Perhaps she was mad. Lorena mused. She must have been to take Lady Constance's abuse. If she had 1 ounce of sense, she would have snapped Lady Constance right across her little smug face. 12 years old or no. 12 years old? Damn! In fact, it was precisely because Lady Constance was 12 years old, damn, that she needed disciplining. If nobody gave her a stern talking to, Lorena feared Lady Constance would become quite an unpleasant person when she got older, even more unpleasant than she already was. If Lady Constance had been a sweet, innocent child who enjoyed tucking herself into small corners and reading books, she would have been a pleasure to serve. Lorena would have gone out of her way to make a life as comfortable as possible for this imaginary Constance. The real Constance, however, I'm not reading all that. Now, mate, try to find me some roses that look nice. That shouldn't be too hard. Joe has strict orders to only let the most beautiful roses bloom in the garden. Yes, miss. But that was easier said than done. I'd leave too. Puya nagbasa eh. Nagnamgod akong baba. This should be easy, mate. I don't understand why you're taking so long. It would be easy, Lorena. Wish she could retort if somebody was not hell-bent on making this so complicated. But of course, she didn't say that. Not even under her breath. It wouldn't have been worth it. Is this rose to your liking, miss? No. That isn't good enough at all. Then this one. No, I only want the best roses in my room. Anything less would be an insult. Unless... Are you trying to insult me? Of course not, miss. Then take this more seriously. You're a maid, aren't you? Then you should be happy. Yes, miss. Start doing your job properly. I ordered you to pick me the best roses. That's what I expect. The best roses are the ones right at the back. You need to look a little deeper. But miss, what? Didn't you hear what I said? I give you an order. I realize that, but are those ears of your... Yes, I understand. Huh? You understand what? Yes, I understand. If you understand, start looking. I won't leave until you pick at least one acceptable rose. Yes, miss. Wing! Wing! So, ang tawag na dungag.
Kasi na, so ano yung
Nag-stream ko. Yeah, I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm streaming. What do you think?
Safely immediately after the said hearing to the Senate. So this is very categorical, Mr. President.
Okay, ako nang ibalik inyong...
Their
Oh.
request that he be called for hearing in the House of
At
Representatives.
least ka na. I think okay na na.
Is safely returned.
Isin, resulta na na eh. Madlog makanik.
Oh my lord. Okay na na eh.
I was still the
She wasn't like the parlor maid. She would never be like a parlor maid. Not that she would be.
Ito, hasan na sila.
Parlor
Nagro sila
maid
no.
was a cold woman, aloof and distant.
Wow, dyan.
Indistant.
Nag-farm
Who only
na
ever
namin.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Wala mo, wala mo sa katawa. Parang nag-down breaker.
Blah 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 blah. Malicious comments. Her barbed statements slid beneath the skin of my family. Thousand rows. Parlor maids hurt her. Don't lie. Wanted her approval. She didn't like her. She didn't like her at all. Why was it then? That Lorraine's throat felt very dry when she saw her. Her stomach fluttered, and she couldn't look her in the eyes. And she... Lorena gasped in shock and stumbled away from the rose bush, clasping her hand to her chest. Yeah! 3 wounds crisscrossed against the back of her right hand. 2 of them were shallow, superficial, oozing droplets of crimson blood no bigger than pinheads. But the other was far bigger. This cut... Okay. Okay. This cut had cleaved a chunk of flesh out of her hand, stripping back the skin like a roll of wallpaper. Ew.
legal or otherwise, the custody must be clear.
Lorena stared at her hand, then at the ground. There were splashes of blood. She shook her head. She felt sick. Blood didn't often make Lorena feel faint, but there was quite a lot of it. She didn't want to smear her apron to make matters worse. Ah! There was a thorn embedded in the back of her hand. Oh my god! Gitilapan kong weng! Oh, I love you too. Oh, weng weng. Weng! 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 Don't bleed all over the flower beds, idiot! What do you think you're doing? I just, No, don't tell me. I know the answer. You weren't thinking at all. You maids are really useless. You're useless. The parlor maid. My, how do you do that yourself? It was an accident. Oh my god, kikapin ng baso. Di ba, Weng Weng? Weng! 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 Weng, 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 weng. Weng, 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 weng. Do, 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 do.
Kasi wala pa yung intervening event, merong request from the Speaker of the House. And it's advertised then,
Weng, 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 weng.
granted the request, but we are not given, or we have not given the legal custody of Bryce Hernandez to the House.
Quag chocolate me.
Maintain or retain the legal
Excuse
custody
me.
of this person. And as I mentioned earlier, kung kailangan siya ng House, they will
Weng, 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 weng.
have
Weng, 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 weng. Weng, weng, weng,
the speaker requested for a brush Hernandez to be detained, not in the Senate, because of
Wing, 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 wing.
being influenced by anybody,
Oh yeah,
any member of the Senate. Alam mo, Mr. President,
Cornetto.
Colonel Grijaldo, Colonel Grijaldo,
Video to.
nag-testify dito sa ating committee about the wrongdoings of the members of the Quadcom. Nagsumbong siya dito, Mr. President, and after he read his statement,
Come ka guys, stream wing wing.
sir,
Ito
that
support
I
mo ko.
be protected by the Senate, then alam ko pinag-inita na ako ng House. So, I share the information to the committee, and even to the legislature. But the following day, or the days after, he was required to appear before the Quadcom, and he was cited in contempt. Nag-say na contempt, kinulong siya doon. At nang kinulong siya doon, look, what happened? Binubumbard siya doon, pinupuntahan siya doon, at siya sabihan na huwag yung gusto namin na mangyari, gawin muna para makalabas ka na dito sa
Yummy.
kulungan. Hindi nag-defend si Grijaldo. Kinulong siya hanggang natapos ang 19th Congress. Kung sabi sa President, sila ay takot sa kanilang ginagawa mismo. Hindi mo yung gagawa ng Senado na mag-influensya ng resource person. Never pa nangyari yan na mayroong pumunta doon sa baba, tinakot yung nakakulong contempt, scientific contempt na resource person. Gawain nila yan sa House of Representatives. Ginawa nila kay Grijaldo.
House of Representative.
No, suko na siya. Ang suko na yan, nagbawa na yung mahin. Hindi na ang layo man. Nagawa dito eh. Tanungan ko ano. Mas dam. Kalabad niya agong ko.
Wala pa tayo bagay.
Nagaon ko. Ako na nang auto-play kaysa magbasa ko. Ah! Oh, Jimmy!
Yes, dali mo rin ginamon ng hinaning. Hindi mo pa ito kasampad.
Why?
Kasampad ba yung first mo?
That's quite the deception you make. My favorite funny one either. That's beside the point.
gold. Ang gold, no?
Whoa!
Kaya huwag tayong basta-basta bumigay sa kasiyahan. We should be independent. Mr. President, hindi natin sila dapat
I'll eat one more.
sundin kung ano kagustuhan nila. We have to stand on our own. Thank you, Mr. President.
You could say that, I suppose.
Senator Marcoleta, noong pong September 8, 2025, ako pa rin
Yes,
po
she wanted me to pick roses for her, but
ang Blue Ribbon Committee po ang nag-approve ng legal
Evidently.
custody noong ma-cite in contempt si Bryce Hernandez.
Ito-link mo yung bear.
Nung makiusap po ang Speaker ng House of Representatives sa inyo, di po ba dapat nakonsulta naman ng Chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee?
I see
Dahil
it.
kami po,
I'm aware of that.
yun through the collective wisdom of the committee. Hindi po namin gawa-gawa yun. Kaya lang namin siya sinite in contempt sapagkat halos ipamukha na namin sa kanya ang mga datos.
I beg your pardon?
Kanya ang lahat ng
Excuse me.
yung ginagamit niyang dalawang
Naka-MKB.
ID na galing sa LTO. Ayaw pa niyang aminin.
Grabe siya. Nagtake kasi ba nun siya? Nakapatay siya
Gusto
ulit.
lamang namin siyang turuan ng leksyon. Para sa ganun, kahit pa paano, baka
Bravo, magaling
maisip
na
niya
take
na dapat sana mapahiya na siya sa sarili niya kung meron pa siyang kahihiyan.
Siya doubled ka,
Eh
man.
dapat naman sana, nung siya mag-request ngayon sa House of Representatives, hindi po sa kanya dapat manggaling ang request
Oh.
kung saan siya mag-focus.
Na-reset ko sa normal position.
Nagsalita na po ang Blue Ribbon Committee. Bakit po hindi
I never asked you to.
konsulta ang Blue Ribbon Committee? Bakit kailangan po ang House of Representatives Speaker ang mananaig sa
Fine, go ahead.
kalabisan na po ba ang Blue Ribbon Committee ng araw na yun, Mr. President?
Do your worst.
Mag-link kami pa po yung isa.
Take it however you want.
September 8 po, Monday. Yes, Mr. President.
What do you...
Monday was the hearing here in the Senate. Monday he was cited in contempt. But the hearing in the House was on Tuesday.
All of a sudden... All of a sudden... There were songs to sing. All of a sudden... Everything...
Tambong tayo ng siguro ng maskara. Grabe sila.
Nawawala ng visa yung ginawa natin. Hindi. Masunod po pala, still in legal custody. Dapat po, igagalang po
Galing eh.
kung ano
Sila
yung amin.
Control na din sila. Isang push na sila.
And legal custody na po ng legal state until the legal custody of the Senate.
Mr. President, may ask for meeting suspended.
Session suspended.
Hi everyone, I'm Milan. Hi, I'm Seth. As a student, I like to lumalabas.
May pag-aval ako instead, ani.
Studying outside because I'm sunset. People usually think na kami mga night teamwork. Hindi kami nakakasama.
You!
Kami ang unang
Yes, bro. Tanong.
ng morning sun. Kaya it's really important.
Pag-uwi dyan.
Getting teeth noises. All of a sudden, meow meow meow, meow meow, meow 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 meow. I don't like you at all. Meow 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 meow, meow meow meow, meow meow. You don't want to help. You just want to gloat.
Kira ng mga bear ba?
What? But you can't live like that. But you can live life like that. You're supposed to be a maid. Answering the whims of others is the purpose of your life.
Ang ganda nga rin.
Where am I looking?
Abang dali din ba? Ano kayo ba yun? Big item mo siya.
I was going to. I still can't stand you. Oops. The 2nd of April, Saturday. Oh my lord. This camera. Isbogiring. Yes, ang tabo na ng kamera eh. Oh dear! What just happened to my camera?
Sa ngayon ay wala pa ng mga o hindi pa naman mabigat ang daloy ng trapiko dito sa kahabaan ng lugar. Live mula dito sa EDSA Ortigas, ang po si Jomer Apresto para sa GMA Integrated News.
Look at what has happened to you. What you let happen. My lord, my tits are huge. How stuck up like you're so perfect. I mean, how stuck up like you're so perfect.
Hindi ko na. Scout na yung bear.
The icy air nipped at Lorena's nipples.
Ako na yung bear.
As per usual, her blanket offered no warmth. Damn it! Could it really be? Lace Lot was curled on her side, arms wrapped around her finger, her long, flaxen hair split across her bed. Some of it trailed onto the floorboards, Rapunzel-like. She was dreaming about Alps again. She was always dreaming about the Alps. At least some things never change. Lorena watched her, picking out Lace Lot's delicate features in the dark. Her pale eyelashes, her snub nose, her pursed lips, her long, long hair. Lorena could imagine the children of Andermatt brushing Lace Lot's hair for her, then threading it to like something from a fairy tale. Lace Lot really did look like a princess. The other maids, meanwhile, were less flattering in their slumber. Pauline snored. Isabel shifted, perpetually restless. Effie had a tendency to lay so silent and still, like some kind of wax effigy. Lorena always feared that. Ada, meanwhile. The young maid had weak lungs, and her soft, gentle snores were cracked and hissing. Her breathing was labored during the day, but it was even worse at night. She sounded like a less like a younger girl than. Lorena felt so sorry for Ada. Waking up, walking up a flight of stairs. I'm stupid. Could be worse. Lorena mused. At least she wasn't Ada. What the fuck? What a mean bitch. The Virgin Quarters? Okay. I don't belong there. Clearly.
I'm very surprised na hilo mo sa ginagawa.
God Mike sa day mo. That was Chris. Kind of made his tauha anyway. Is that racist? She hated her, didn't she? I hate her with all my guts up! Oh! Wing wing tummy, wing wing tummy, wing wing tummy tummy, wing wing tummy. Oh! Wing wing tummy, wing wing tummy, wing wing tummy. Oh! Wing wing. I don't know what's the Hi Milan! Hi Milan! Hi Milan! Hi Milan! Hi Milan! Hi Milan! Aray! Ay! Tumba ng tutoy ko. Ups! Ang mic! Hi Milan! Hi Milan! What are you doing to my mouse, Wang? Get off my damn... Hey! Wang wang! Wang 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 wang! Wang 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 wang! Wang 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 wang! Fine, fine, fine. I'm getting up. Wang 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 wang! Sige na change ang DPI sa mouse. The sub ba yung notification? Mag-i-off ang auto-skip? You bitch? Ah, Undermat! Shut up! What the? Peace. Peace, peace, peace. Wing, 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 the 3rd of April, Sunday. Kaluoy. wait, Kitty. I didn't mean to annoy you like that. I was just expressing my love. I just wanted you to feel like I care for you. Because I really do.
What a date by Tekis!
Oh my god, my neck.
Nice one! Tip Tekis!
Can we skip this?
Wait, na short. May work yung kan. Work ang time. Pagbatag ng badit ka. Sige, direct butag ng bulbos.
Notwithstanding, give them not those things which are needful of to the body. What doth it profit? What doth it profit avail?
Masagasaan na raw kung sino ang dapat masagasaan. Yan ang tumutulong sa pamimigitsyon ng inlakson sa posibilidad na baka mababatas
Keyboard, mouse mana.
ng nag-insert kumano ng mga item sa 2025
Kang isa.
isa sa inaasahan. Para sa susunod na
Hoy,
Fest,
Milan.
si Engineer Bryce Hernandez. Nalagyan na ang
First time kay
sa Kamara, 355 million pesos na ibinatawag ng proyekto si Senador Jinggoy Estrada sa Bulacan at 30% sagot dito ni Estrada.
okay, let's back.
By the gods, this is boring as hell.
Budget na 355 million pesos. May proyekto nga raw na na-award mula sa nasabing pondo nitong Mayo lang.
Pinagsekodat sa General Operations Act. Insertion na kakahalaga ng 355 million pesos.